We have some concerns about today's conversion of item processing services. You know, you expect some hiccups, but today there have been too many disruptions. Our big concerns are balancing the files and getting the cash letter out.
Okay, the conversion hasn't gone exactly as planned. At this point, we've identified most of the issues. We've got a plan to make improvements.
Look, we realize you've been working hard on the conversion. We've been trying to work with you. We delayed item entry on the branch capture devices during your system reboots. So why did you have to do the server reboots? Did it fix all the problems?
You guys are our largest customer. That's a good thing. We didn't anticipate the volume of connections and transactions from your branch network. This caused performance issues in the database. We reconfigured some settings in the database application. This should reduce the performance issues. Eventually, we need to isolate your bank on a separate database. We have an old decommissioned server that we can repurpose and use this as your database server. We need some time to take care of licensing and updating the software.
How long is this going to take?
A few days, maybe by the end of the week. We hope that this will work and totally solve the problem.
You don't sound like you're convinced it will work.
It may not be isolated to the database server. We may need to make some adjustments to the communications between application and database. If we do that, it could take longer. We would have to go into the code and change routines throughout the application.
That could take weeks.
It could. Also, just to let you know, the quality of item imaging is much worse than expected. The OCR read rates are significantly lower than those for other clients. This is placing higher demands on balancing functions. Your machines may be dirty. You need to clean them. This may improve the read rate. You may also need to replace all of your branch capture devices.
Wait a minute. What do you mean we need to perform these actions? Isn't that what we're paying you to do?
We don't have the staff.
You don't have enough staff? Item processing needs to get done. We do all of the preventive maintenance recommended by the vendor of the scanning machines.
We understand. There's one more thing. Items coming in through the lockbox service are much higher than what you predicted. We don't have enough staffing for scanning and balancing the actual volume that we saw today.
We estimated this by using actual data that we collected for a year. The volume during the first week of the month is higher, but the monthly estimate is accurate.
If the volume drops off next week, we should be able to get caught up. But there will be a lack of a few days until the volume drops off to reasonable levels.
What time will you finish the balancing tonight and get the cash letter out?
Well, most of our item processing staff ends their shift today at 8 p.m. We usually finish balancing by then. Based on the volume so far, we believe that we can finish today's work by 2 p.m. tomorrow.
But then you'll start tomorrow with a backlog of work from today.
We're hoping that if you clean your scanners, balancing will go faster tomorrow. But if volume is similar to today, the delays are going to cascade until we can bring up the database server later this week, and maybe until we can update the application.